Good afternoon, children. Let me discuss some more questions from the P block. Actually, whatever inorganic you are studying in NCERT, that is sufficient for the competitive examination. There is no change in the questions while doing E1 preparation for the competition. So let me discuss some of the questions which are normally students are not able to do when these are being given in the examination or in the competition. The first question is, why nitric oxide? Question number 1. Why nitric oxide is paramagnetic in gaseous state but becomes diamagnetic in solid state. Nitric oxide is NO. It is having unpaired electron. On cooling, it dimerizes to give N2O4. On cooling, it dimerizes to give N2O4. Where there is no unpaired electron is present, and it becomes diamagnetic. The next question is, give reason. Question next is, give reason that ClF3 exists. ClF3 exists, but FCl3 does not exist. ClF3 exists, but FCl3 does not exist. All of you know that fluorine is more electronegative than that of a chlorine. Now, fluorine is more electronegative. It cannot increase its valency more than 1. So that is why there is an existence of ClF3. ClF3 is an interhalogen compound, whereas FCl3 does not exist, because chlorine can extend its oxidation state, but fluorine is having only oxidation state -1, and it is more electronegative than that of a chlorine. So in this manner, the ClF3 exists, but FCl3 does not exist. Similarly, there is a question, I have already discussed this question so many times, out of H2O, and H2S, which one has higher bond angle, and why? Now, oxygen is more electronegative than that of a sulfur. So, if we see the bond angle, in the OH, all the electrons, they are closer, there will be more inter-electronic repulsion. So that is why if we see out of H2O and H2S, the bond angle of water, that will be more than that of a H2S. Because of the inter-electronic repulsion, oxygen is more electronegative. It is smaller in size. Lone pair and bond pair are closer to each other. So just to avoid the repulsion, the bond angle increases, and H2O is having more bond angle than that of a H2S. In the similar manner, there is a one question, that is SF6 is known. Next question is SF6 is known, but SCl6 is not known. And one very important thing which I will tell you, it is the only small size of sulfur and fluorine. There is a arrangement of 6 fluorine atoms around the sulfur. SF6 is octahedral in shape. It acts as a gaseous insulator. Even it does not allow water molecule to react with it. Even it does not allow water molecule to react with it. Chlorine is bigger in size, so it is not possible to arrange 6 bigger chlorine atom around sulfur. It is octahedral in shape. So that is why SF6 is known, but there is no existence of SCl6. So that is why SF6, there is a one question given like this: SF6 act as gaseous insulator. The second question, the answer will be same. Why SF6 is kinetically inert? So many times this question has been asked in board examination. Now there is a next question. In the ring test, I have already explained ring test. In the ring test of nitrate ion, there is a ferrous ion is reduced nitrate ion to nitric oxide. Which combination of ferrous ion to form brown precipitate? You know the combination, that is nitrous, so ferrous sulfate will be formed. The combination is Fe, H2O5 and NO. So there will be the formation of ferrous nitrososulfate, which will be formed in this manner. So this will be the combination. Otherwise you all know about the ring test. We have already discussed this ring test even in the WhatsApp class. So I will not go in the detail of equation. Only there is some change in question. So that is why I have only given you that which combination of iron or nitrate that will be here in this case. So that's why I have written this compound, the name is not given. This is called ferrous nitrososulfate, because if two positive charges are being taken from here, there will be sulfate molecule in the counter ion. So that is why this question can be asked in this manner. Now let me discuss another question. which I have given you while I have taught this lesson, that is given in the CBSE sample paper. even जो है sulfur forms large number of compounds. Now there are 5 test tubes are being given, and in these 5 test tubes there has been given the different only substances that has been added, and the reaction is with that of sulfuric acid. The preparation of sulfuric acid by contact process is not in syllabus, but the properties of sulfuric acid, these are in syllabus. So let me repeat that question. There are total number of 5 test tubes. One contain cane sugar. In the second test tube there is a sodium bromide. In the third test tube there is copper turning. In the fourth test tube there is a sulfur powder. In the fifth test tube there is potassium chloride. Now the sulfuric acid is being added. Now in all the test tube concentrated sulfuric acid is added in all the test tube. Now you have to tell in which test tube there is a formation of black substance will be taking place. In the first test tube where there is a cane sugar, C12H22O11 is the formula of cane sugar. A particular name is given, that is called charring of sugar. That will be taking place when the concentrated sulfuric acid is added to cane sugar. There will be formation of carbon and water. The reaction will be 12 carbon with that of a 12 water molecule when the concentrated sulfuric acid is added. In the second case, the second question is evolution of brown gas. Most of the time the student get confused in this question. Now there will be the reaction of NaBr with that of a sulfuric acid. There will be reaction of NaBr with sulfuric acid, and when the reaction of NaBr with sulfuric acid is taking place, there will be the formation of a brown gas which is Br2. There will be formation of sodium hydrogen sulfide with Br2 and that of a water. So there will be the formation of these bromine vapors. These are brown in color. This is a brown gas. There will be the formation of brown gas. The third part is evolution of a colorless gas. Now evolution of colorless gas takes place when the reaction takes place in the fifth test tube. What students do? They just start writing in sequence. No, it is not like that. If the reaction of KCl which is present in fifth test tube takes place with sulfuric acid, there will be formation of HCl with that of a potassium sulfate. It is colorless gas. It is colorless gas. So there will be the formation of colorless gas taking place. The next question is that formation of a brown substance which on dilution become blue. It is the reaction of copper turning with that of a sulfuric acid. Whenever copper react with sulfuric acid, there will be the formation of copper sulfate. Initially there will be the formation of brown colored substance, and then when it will be diluted, there will be formation of blue colored copper sulfate will be taking place. We can write the reaction that the reaction of copper with H2SO4, there is a formation of copper sulfate with that of a release of water. These two combine together to give blue copper sulfate initially. So this is blue in color, so there will be formation of blue copper sulfate. And the last part is the disappearance of yellow powder along with the evolution of a colorless gas. Now the reaction of sulfur with sulfuric acid, reaction of sulfur with sulfuric acid, it is yellow powder. It will give sulfur dioxide and water. So there will be the disappearance of yellow powder and there will be the formation of a gas which is only colorless. Sulfur dioxide is having very choking smell and this sulfur dioxide is colorless. So in this manner you can do this question. There is a one more question. Explain why the, I will write the question. Explain. The question is explain why the stability of oxo acids of chlorine, oxo acids of chlorine is increases in the order HClO, it is HClO2, it is HClO3, it is HClO4. In the morning I have told you that all these are oxo acids. Now oxygen is more electronegative than that of a chlorine. Because of this there will be formation of a, or in all the cases anions, ClO negative, ClO2 negative, ClO3 2 negative. There will be the dispersal of negative charge present in chlorine increases from ClO negative to ClO4 negative. The dispersal of negative charge increases from ClO negative to that of a ClO4 negative. The result will be the increase in the polarization that will be taking place. This ClO negative, it will form ClO negative, it will be more stable. So that is why there will be the increase in stability. After that, as the number of oxygen increases, the stability will be increases. It is stable, then there are 2 oxygen atoms, it will become more stable. Then there are 3 oxygen atoms, it will become more stable. And then there are 4 oxygen atoms. Because of the dispersal of negative charge, because of the increase in polarizability, there will be the increase in the stability that will be taking place today. Now there is a next question. Name the oxo acids of nitrogen and write the disproportionation reaction of one of the oxo acids. Students are able to write 2 oxo acids. One is nitrous acid and other is nitric acid. The third one is hyponitrous acid H2N2O2. The 3 oxo acids of nitrogen, HNO2, nitrous acid, HNO3, nitric acid, H2N2O2. This is known by the name of hyponitrous acid, and this we can write disproportionation reaction very easily because that has been already discussed. HNO2, it will be disproportionate to give HNO3 unknown with that of a water. So this is the disproportionation reaction for that of a nitrous acid. Now I will discuss some of the properties which are being asked in that of a increasing strength of the substances, which are very frequently asked in the bold questions. So first of all, let me discuss about the acidic strength in water. Acidic strength in water for HF, HCl, HBr, HI. In the morning I have told you that HI is the strongest acid, then after that it is HBr, then it is HCl, then it is HF. Student write HF because of the more electronegativity of fluorine. In this concept there is a concept of bond dissociation enthalpy. There is a vast difference in the size of hydrogen and iodine. It will be having least bond dissociation enthalpy. So it will be the most acidic because the acid is that which can give hydrogen. Now let me write next, that is bond dissociation enthalpy. Bond dissociation enthalpy. Now there will be some problem, that is Br2, Cl2, F2, I2. If we see Cl2 is having maximum bond dissociation enthalpy, then Br2, then F2, then I2. Just see the order. How much different is this order? The bond dissociation enthalpy should be maximum for fluorine, but it is not. Why it is least? But there is some variation with that of I because of the interelectronic repulsion. Because of the interelectronic repulsion. And in the iodine the reaction becomes reversible. So that is why there is some change. Otherwise the fluorine is having least bond dissociation enthalpy because of the interelectronic repulsion. The next one is that of a oxidizing power. The next question is arrange the following according to their increasing oxidizing power. Oxidizing power. These are BrO4 negative, IO4 negative, ClO4 negative. Now the arrangement is BrO4 negative, then it is IO4 negative, and then it is ClO4 negative. There is a middle row anomaly in this case. So that is why the arrangement is like this: BrO4 negative, IO4 negative, then ClO4 negative. Now the next one is ionic character of the bond. Ionic character of bond. it is MF, MCl, MBr, Mi. You have to arrange them according to the ionic character of these. When we will arrange them, MF, MCl, MBr, Mi. Why it is so? Because it is mostly electronegative. It pulls the electron towards itself. So that is why it is having maximum ionic character. The next one is that boiling point. Arrange these compounds according to the increasing boiling point. H2O, H2S, H2SC, H2Te, boiling point. I am telling reason in all the cases. It will be H2O, then it will be H2Te, then it will be H2Se, then H2S. Just see how much different is this order. In this case, there is a intermolecular hydrogen bonding. In this case, it is metalloid, but it is having more metallic character. The size is bigger. The boiling point depends upon van der Waals forces. In this case, the van der Waals forces are maximum. Then it is having a smaller size and it is having the least size. So that is why it is the order of boiling point. What students write? H2O, H2S, H2Te and then H2Se. No. The order of boiling point H2O, H2SC, H2Te, H2Se and then it is H2S. Now I will discuss about the basic strength. Basic strength NH3, PH3, it is then ASH3, then SBH3. The BiH3 is not given. These are all hydrides of group 15. If we see the basic strength, NH3, PH3, ASH3, SBH3. The reason is that it is a smaller size. Base is that which can give the lone pair of electron. The density of lone pair of electron per unit volume is more. It can donate lone pair of electron very easily. That is why you have seen in many cases that ammonia acts as a very good ligand also. So the basic strength is NH3, PH3, ASH3 and that of a SBH3. The next one is, it is bond angle. H2O, H2S, H2SC, H2SC. I have discussed this bond angle so many times. The water will be having maximum bond angle because of the only more inter-electronic lone pair and bond pair repulsion. Now I come to reducing character. Favorite of board examiners. Reducing character. It is NH3, then it is ASH3, then it is PH3, then it is SBH3, then it is BiH3. Now you know very easily which one is the best reducing agent. If we arrange these elements according to their reducing character, so in this case the reducing character will be maximum for BiH3. Now it will be after BiH3, it will be SbH3, then it will be AsH3, then it will be PH3, and then it will be NH3. NH3 is moderately basic. It is not having maximum basic character, which is a mistake which is done by maximum number of students. Now, there is a one question that is about the acidic strength that I have already discussed. This is in the case of HClO, then HClO2, then HClO3, then HClO4. You have to arrange according to the acidic strength. I have told greater the number of oxygen atom, the more will be the acidic strength. Greater the number of oxygen atom, more will be the acidic strength. Now, if we say about the boiling point of helium, neon, argon and krypton, boiling point of helium, neon, argon and krypton, you know that noble gases are having only van der Waals forces. So this will be krypton, argon, neon, and then it will be having helium. The van der Waals forces magnitude, that depends upon size. So these were some questions which are being asked, which students are not able to attempt. These are not only asked in board examination, these are also asked in that of a competition. Now, if there is any query, any problem is still in the P block, you can ask. Although I have discussed so many questions that there should be no mistake while attempting questions from this chapter. This will give you at least 8 to 10 marks in the board examination, and it will give you direct question like this in that of a competitive examination. So you can go through the questions. If there is any problem, let me know so that could be discussed.